Hello everyone, this is Chris and welcome back to another video. And first off, ignore the fact that I'm not wearing my party hat. My skins will refuse to load right now, so I'm just plain old Steve for now. But that's not important right now. What is important is the world I am currently in, because from what everyone has seen, you might think of this as just like a normal super flat world just built over with a whole bunch of things over the past few years. But as it turns out, you would be mistaken, my friend, because as it turns out, this world is actually 22 blocks up than normal. And if we start digging down, normal superflats are about 3 blocks down. Oh, what's this? Oh, it goes down much, much further than that. Yeah, as it turns out, this world that I've been building in for so long has actually been a custom superflat. Now, custom superflats were a thing on a console edition where you can, take layers and make them whatever you want to a sense and make some crazy good, like, terrain or, well, not terrain, but, like, crazy worlds which you wouldn't normally see. And I figured I'd do that for, this world. And, yeah, I kind of want to talk about, custom superflats and why they still aren't on Bedrock edition, because for the longest time, like, it's been promised that we would be getting them at some point, but they haven't necessarily been implemented. And for other things from console edition, like exit without saving and amplified, like, like you can kind of understand, like, it's difficult making things like that right now. But what's interesting about custom superflats, especially when you transfer them over to Bedrock, is when you create new chunks, as opposed to amplified or things like that where they just level off to normal worlds. What would happen here is that the custom superflats continue on forever, which is interesting because like I said, with amplified, like after like new chunks are loaded on Bedrock edition, it would just level out to normal terrain, which does mean that in some way or shape or another, like, custom superflats are kind of in the game. They're just not accessible for new players and things like that, which I think is just a really, really big shame. Like, it's been possible, but for a very specific number of people. Thankfully, I do have the old Xbox One edition, and I believe PS4 players can do that too, but for the majority of people, unless you can find some way to download custom superflats or things like that, like, it's just not been possible. And I figured instead of just talking about, like, this one world which looks relatively normal, like, you can pretty much picture this as a normal world just with more layers of dirt, I would show you just a handful of unique superflats which we could make on Xbox One edition and transfer them over to the Bedrock edition. And I have a small handful of pics which I'd like to show off. And yeah, let's hop in with let's hop in with a few of them. Starting with this one right here, and if we look on the map, yeah, we can see it right here. I had to join into the game on my Xbox, which is why this guy is here. So yeah, but also I should mention that the Xbox One edition is limited to Java 1.12 update, so all the update aquatic things and beyond that aren't here, but I still think we have plenty of opportunities here, starting with this one, which is a, I believe, fog effect type thing, which you can see, like, I tried making the fog effect. If we dig down here, yeah, you could see, like, it's leading all the way down to Bedrock, and we couldn't remove the Bedrock layer, but yeah, you can see that right around here, and also I decided to turn on the stronghold right here too. So yeah, seeing it without the stone and things like that, it is something you don't normally see unless you use commands or something like that. But to see it in a world like this is kind of weird, and it's also really, really strange seeing like the old villages in here. And I believe because we are in this world, which could generate villages, they should have spawned in more, but looks like there hasn't. I set it so villages could spawn in as frequently as possible, and it looks like it's just spawned in where I loaded in the chunks when I was on Xbox. So yeah, it's still a really interesting world, to say the least. Like, there's still lots of cool things around here, but maybe not quite as interesting as this. This is an ocean biome, as you can tell from the massive structures up there. And the layers here are slime blocks, so you can bounce a little bit in the water. Like, so if we head up here just a little bit, then we can do a pretty decent bounce, even through the water. And it's oddly satisfying. Like, I've been finding more satisfying things over and over again. But yeah, more stronghold, forgot to turn that off. But the most interesting thing is the ocean monuments. Now, I believe there's a fixed height for how high they can generate. And if I actually turn on coordinates on the other one, you can hear the controller. Then if we do that, then this is what normal ocean monuments should be able to spawn at. But because there's no ground, there's no floor around the place, it wasn't able to. So it just has these massive pillars just holding up the entire thing. And I think, yeah, this is an obvious sign that generated structures are not allowed here, apparently, according to Bedrock Edition. And yeah, it's kind of a shame, and probably sight to see that custom superflats quite aren't ready. But at the same time, like, you could generate more in. I think just a little bit of tweaking around the place, and I think you'd have something incredible. Okay, wasn't able to load in my skin pack with my party hat skin, but I was able to load in the 4th birthday skin pack. So yeah, breaking out the creeper t-shirts, I guess is okay. I can live with this. And I can also live with this really simple but really fun super flat world, because this world is just ice. Just one layer of ice, that's it. And if you know boats, you know that you go incredibly fast on them. And where are the boats? Like, okay, let's just grab a spruce one. And yeah, you go like really fast. And if I pop into a third person really quick, maybe to the back, so you can see it just a little bit better. Yeah, we go really fast, really quickly. And I wish I had coordinates on. I completely forgot to get coordinates on. There we go, that's better. So yeah, you can see, like, you could go incredible distances, like, across the world really fast, and there's basically nothing to hit into, apart from the few villages at the spawn, which you could bump into. But other than that, you could just, like, drift around. You can go, like, really far, and you can really test yourself. You can really see how far you could go without any problems, without having, hello slime, without like getting stuck in anywhere, without banging into walls. You can really see how far you can go in just this one world. And if I could say something, custom superflats are really just like a good place to have just quite a bit of fun, if I could say. Like, if some are for serious-ish business, but most of them are just like to have a good time, to have some fun, and to get yourself stuck under some walls with a slime buddy. So yeah, this is one of them I wanted to show off, and I believe I have just a couple more. And yeah, let's hop into the next one. To one of the most beautiful looking floors ever. I mean, this is the kind of stuff everyone should be building with. Just this beautiful looking thing. Even everyone should be building out of this block. And why not have an entire world made out of just this single block? And yeah, this is what the world is entirely built out of. And not only is this world made out of this beautiful block, which some people may not like, but you have your own taste. But yeah, this also, you can't really tell right here, but this is actually the end dimension. Yeah, so not only could you change the blocks in the world, you can also change the biome of the world. And you can't really tell right here. I'm not exactly sure what's doing that, but this is the end biome, the end dimension. And I don't know what happens if we go through an end portal. I don't know if we just get another gateway or anything like that, but doesn't hurt having a look. Oh, so it seems we go into the end now, and this is proper end. Like, you can tell this is the end, but that before that was actually the end too. Like the sun or the sky was a little bit brighter, but that was the end dimension. And yeah, you can change dimensions, you can make nether dimensions, you can make obviously overworld dimensions or biomes, and you can make end dimensions. And there's one more world I wanted to show off, but for some reason, every time I tried transferring over to Bedrock Edition, the game would always crash. And it was a world entirely filled with TNT. Like you could probably find videos of it back then, but yeah, it was an entire world just filled with TNT. It was, probably one of the most popular ones you could theoretically do, and yeah, sadly for some reason it will not load for me. But I will say that custom superflats, while new generation is possible, they're not quite ready. Like there's a little bit of polishing out, like working on custom, not the custom world, the generate structures and things like that, like especially with like TNT worlds and among a few other things. But apart from those things, like and a UI. Apart from those things, I think like they are ready to be implemented in the game, and I don't know why after all these years we still have yet to see them. I mean, I get that like there's more push for other things, like there's priorities over certain features and other ones, but after hearing Bedrock and Java, they want to be as close to parity as possible, and one of the big ways I'm getting to that parity is adding one of the biggest generated world options, which we have yet to see. But hopefully at some point we will see this in the future. Hopefully this will get developers' attention about it, and yeah, we'll definitely see it at some point. We just don't know when, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed seeing these worlds, and yeah, let me know in the comments if there's any other types of things you want me to show off, like from console edition, whether it be like amplified or things like that. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have for you now. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.